All right, guys, on today's product spotlight, we're going over two new products we have for the Explorer ST. We're Ford guys, and we really like a lot of the EcoBoost stuff, including the Explorer ST, and it's a really common family ride for a lot of the guys that have trucks and Mustangs and other Ford products. So we're pretty excited to dive into doing more products for the Explorer ST, and we're gonna start it off with what we got here on the table. So to my left here, we did a nice axle back system. So one of the things There's one of the things with exhaust systems, there's a lot of other options on the market, but full systems are really expensive. And honestly, most of the stuff that we've heard over the years, especially on these in particular, they're really aggressive. Your wife's not gonna like it, and it gets annoying and drives your kids crazy. So we did an axle back system. It's simple and it sounds good and it sounds loud when you need it to sound loud. So the setup that we got here on the table is a axle back, as I said. It is a 304 stainless steel system. We did two different tip options, a polished stainless and also a black powder coated stainless. One of the things that we did do with the system is we did a J-pipe in it, so that it looks really weird and it goes to nowhere and it's deadheaded. But what this does is it actually eliminates a lot of the drone. People that have had exhaust on their car are going to know exactly what I'm talking about. You get to a certain RPM and you'll hit like a certain resonance in the exhaust system and almost drone in the cabin. So without the J-pipe, you'll get a lot of that on some of the exhaust systems that we've tried and tested on these platforms, and we were able to eliminate that with this J-pipe. So it's a nice system. It's simple. It's going to be very reasonably priced, and it honestly takes a few minutes to throw on. Real simple. You're basically gonna put this on where the factory mufflers hang, and the exhaust you'll actually end up cutting right after the differential, and this will slide on there. And then we give you a nice step coupler to go over top of it. So not band clamps, no pinch clamps, and it's all nice and reversible. So if you ever need to throw the factory mufflers back on, it's really easy to do. We really like the sound of it. It utilizes the factory mid pipe, obviously, and the tone, in my opinion, is the best out of all the exhaust setups that we tested. So we're pretty happy with that. To my right, we ended up doing a cold side pipe off of the intercooler. So this is the pipe that goes from the outlet of your intercooler to the throttle body. The factory cold side pipe is extremely restrictive. So in about this region on the factory pipe, it's crimped down to basically about 1 inch across. So this obviously is going to help with flow, but it's obviously going to help with reliability too. So this is a 5-ply silicone hose. It's replacing a pretty weak plastic hose setup. So we include this in the kit, and then we also offer a nice option for guys with later model Explorer STs. So some of the 20, I think it's 23 or 24 and up Explorer ST has no bypass valve from the factory, has no blow off on it. So they're doing a strategy in the computer to control the throttle blade and also fueling. And when you back out of the throttle, it shuts it very slowly. And by doing that, they're eliminating the need for a bypass valve. So there's really no way to get that cool sound that all us turbo guys like. You can run it factory. We give you a plug, and you can run a plug in this port on it, and then clamp it, and you have a factory system. That's exactly how it would operate as a factory vehicle. Or we make this other adapter, and both of these come in the kit, and you'll put this in, and then you can actually attach a TurboSmart bypass valve. So the TurboSmart bypass valve pops on there. TurboSmart bypass valve is optional. You do not have to buy that with the kit, but we do give you both adapters as standard in the kit. So if you ever wanted to, say, go to the bypass valve down the road, you could easily just pop this plug out, throw the adapter in, get your bypass valve bolted on. We also include everything else in the kit as far as the vacuum line, fittings, and everything else that you would need to install it on the engine. So pretty self-explanatory stuff here. If you do have questions on it, feel free to reach out to us via social media, give us an email, give us a call, whatever it may be. We'd be more than happy to answer any questions for you. And hopefully you guys are excited about doing more stuff for the Explorers and some of the other EcoBoost platforms we are, and we're going to continue to just improve on that as we go. And as I said, if you have any questions, reach out to us. Subscribe, like the video, and we'll catch you on the next one.